But I can't think of any where he's been like a creepy. You know what he would be good at? That movie and that TV show Creep, about that incredibly awkward man. Like the setup is always the same. This incredibly awkward man has hired a filmographer, videographer to come and like document him. And he's always got a good excuse. He's like, when my dad passed, we didn't have anything to remember him by, and I have cancer. I've got 8 good months left, and then we don't even know after that. I want to live this living memory, this record for my boys and my family. I want to tell them how it is, and I want them to be able to get one of these videos for every year of their life. When they turn 18, when they get their driver's license, when they graduate college, I want them to be a little bit of dad there in those moments. And they're like, of course, sir. But then he gets weird because we're off in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. He's paid us extra money to make the drive because he's sick or whatever. And it quickly becomes clear this man is a serial killer who wants to document him making the person feel awkward and then murdering them. He's making kill videos. He just paid you to film your own like death is what his gig is.
Crazy.
And you watched both of those movies, didn't you?
The movies and the TV show. There's a whole TV show where every episode is another Fourville like film student being murdered. There's one where like the chick gets naked. I was like, she's gonna get naked. She got naked. I liked her. She was
that was the second movie. The first movie is the best of them, but he's a very creepy guy.
What does he call it when he takes a bath? It's something.
Oh, it's like he's like, I just wanted my son to
tubby time. It's just really.
That was awkward. So unsettling.
It's incredibly awkward and unsettling. On the same lines, I saw the preview for a movie that I won't watch because the previews were so unsettling and upsetting. And like the reviews say, upsetting, unsettling, awkward as fuck. It's called Good Boy. And it's about this woman who meets like the man of her dreams. Dude has his life together. He's Prince Charming for all intents and purposes. He's got money. He's got looks. He's young. He's well spoken. Like everything. Except he has a guy who lives at his house in a dog suit, and we treat him as a dog and pet him. And just watching the preview, I was so creeped the fuck out because the dog suit, it is not a furry suit. It is more like a monster suit or something. It is incredibly upsetting to look at. Zach, if you can find a picture from Good Boy, like the picture of the man in the dog suit. And just the preview for that movie upset me. And I was like, well, we're not watching that one. But if anybody out there is into that sort of thing, Good Boy is clearly.
Why wouldn't you watch it? You like that unsettling thing.
It's too much.
I do too.
I could tell that was going to be too much for me. I don't need that in my memory banks. So some movies I've watched and I'm like, I wish we could delete that one. And I feel like this. Oh yeah.
Ugh. I hate that.
Yep. Don't like that.
And you have to go along with it. You have to pet him too.
That's what was, I just watched the preview and it might look a little even almost funny, but it is played incredibly serious and straight, and it's upsetting. Ooh.
I think it's kind of cool. He kisses. Okay.
Well, here, I'll add it to the Plex. I'm sure this would be a great movie night with Jackie.
Yeah, well.
It's like, hey, honey, I know you wanted a new dog. Let me show you a film I found. Jesus. I'd be down for that. Like remember in Mad Max, they had all them fat bitches they were milking. They were milking them like cows for people milk.
Were they all fat?
Yeah, they were all fat.
Yeah, because they were actually getting the food. Everybody else was hungry as hell. They were giving all the food to, and then there was that one. They only had enough energy for one guy to be jacked as hell, and it was the big son of
Crixus or something.
Of Immortum Joe. But it evened out because Immortum Joe's other son, unless I'm totally misremembering that this wasn't his son at all. It was this like crippled, sort of a Buddha figure where his crumpled legs were all together, but he was also fat, and he would pull down that horn and instruct people.
He was a little person.
I did not like that character.
He was all crippled up. Yeah.
He was more crippled than he was little. He was very little, but like if I were to look at that guy, his crippledness would jump out at me before his littleness. Like oh my goodness, he couldn't even like jump.
Can you find a picture of the tiny crippled midget from Mad Max for us, Zach? I feel like Taylor's way off here, way off base.
Maybe he's a real midget in real life.
Yes, he's far more little than he is crippled, and he's crippled.
Let me see the crippled.
That's it.
Hold on, I'll figure this out. Crippled retard from Mad Max.
Yeah, I remember. That's when I learned that Woody had bad taste in movies. Woody and I watched that movie. We watched that movie in theaters, like opening weekend, and I came out and I was like, "See what I mean?"
Poor guy. Now I feel horrible for him.
He looks like the final boss of what's that bird game?
What
Angry
a difficult life. Do you think people call him Speed Racer sometimes in a mean way?
No, probably not. I mean, this is the little guy.
I don't know. What's his name?
He's if you want to bet, I got 20. It says that dude's dead. There's no way he made it another like 15 years after that photo was taken.
Quentin Kenahan. Kyle wins. He is dead. He didn't win because I would not have taken that bet, obviously.
Yeah, he was the little guy was on oxygen and during the movie premiere. I mean, he played a character.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was part of
You thought that was makeup?
They disguised it. They disguised it a little bit. They made it look like that was part of him being all fucked up.
Oxygen to take
Guess what?
His wheelchair.
Now
you thought that was a scene from the movie? There's a poster behind them that says Mad Max.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I realize how stupid that is.
The movie's 2015. He died in 2018. That dude was on his last legs.
He didn't have any legs. You saw him. The dude was an egg.
Touche. Yeah, I stand corrected.
He was born with osteogenesis imperfecta.
I can't believe I said he was on his last legs.
Look
Imperfecta.
at that guy.
You know what? Good for fucking him. He got to wear a cool pendant. He got to be kind of mean. I think he dies in the movie also.
He does.
So that was practice for the real thing a few years later.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that one a lot. It's just a full-on action movie. And it's not even about Mad Max. It's mostly Charlize Theron's character.
Oh, what the fuck is this part of his YouTube or his Wikipedia page? At the time of his death, Kenahan had nominated, I assume it means had been nominated, to stand as a counselor for the city of Adelaide elections on 9th of November 2018. His name appeared on the ballot paper, but votes for him were not counted and were allocated to the next preference candidate because he was dead.
That's fair.
So why would they shouldn't have even put him on the ballot. That's not fair. They should have put him on when he was alive.
Hillary Clinton rules. Hillary Clinton rules. No,
Bernie Sanders rules. They all flow to me. That's
fucked up. I'm glad I don't have little crippled guy imperfecta.
You're glad you don't have osteogenesis imperfecta, I think is what it said. Lazy ass name. Yeah, if that's what it does to you, that shit is worse than death.
Is there an osteogenesis perfecta where you're just stacked?
Yeah, that's probably what like Brian Shaw's bones look like. Right. Just made of tensile steel. That would be good.